Senator Klobuchar.
Just getting over King Kong's arm. Mr. Dellinger, I just want to start by saying what I need to know about you is that you are a friend and of Chris Coons, who we all respect very much on this committee. I think you went to school with him, is that right?
I did. He was a year older than me, and he was very nice to me when he didn't have to be.
Okay, excellent. You and I talked on the phone about antitrust. Do you want to talk about that? There's a lot of people on this committee that care a lot about that, and we have finally gotten a name of someone to head up the antitrust division over at the Justice Department, which will be before us soon. We need to get started on these cases. Could you talk about your past experience with that, even though you wouldn't be overseeing that division?
Yes, Senator Klobuchar, and thank you for the question, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you before. I think antitrust is a critical area for American law and for the American economy and for the American people. One of the first cases I did in the North Carolina Attorney General's office was the suit against Microsoft in the 1990s, when it was gaining a large amount of control and concentration over the internet, joining with your state of Minnesota in that effort. And I think at the end of the day, and we've also seen, Senator Tillis, the consolidation in the agricultural industry. And I've very much been focused on small farmers in North Carolina, tobacco farmers, hog farmers. That's something that Senator Grassley and I talked about. And so that concentration in large sectors of the economy has to be a concern, and I very much am glad it's a concern, Senator, for you and for the Congress and for the President. We want innovation, and we don't want to impede innovation. We want companies to be successful, but it cannot be at the expense of consumers and of small business. And so while I would not be in a litigation, not have a litigation function if confirmed, I think from a policy perspective, assisting the Attorney General, the administration, and if appropriate, the Congress in dealing with concentration in sectors that may be limiting innovation and harming consumers would very much be a focal point of mine.
Very good, thank you. Mr. Nachmanoff, prior to your selection to serve as a federal magistrate judge, right? You served in the Office of Federal Public Defender. You represent hundreds of clients in criminal proceedings. I guess my first question would more pertain to your magistrate time. Do you think experience matters in these jobs?
Thank you, Senator. I do think experience matters. I think experience can come from many different sources. I've been very privileged to serve as a magistrate judge in the court where I've been nominated to serve as a United States District Judge. I know that my experience over the last 6 years working with the district judges and working on those cases would be of great benefit to me if I were fortunate enough to be confirmed.
And how about your experience as a public defender?
Thank you. Likewise, my 26 years now almost of working in the Eastern District of Virginia, starting as a law clerk and then in private practice and then as a federal defender, has all given me experiences working with clients and working with all facets of the court, from appearing before the judges to working with probation officers and opposing counsel, that I think have aided me in my work as a magistrate judge and would be of great benefit to me if I were fortunate enough to be confirmed.
Thank you. Ms. Giles, I know that you were a prosecutor, and I actually led the Abolish Human Trafficking Act with Senator Cornyn many years ago, before a lot of people were talking about it. And I know that you, as the Assistant United States Attorney, led a number of prosecutions in human trafficking. Could you talk about your experience with those cases?
Yes, thank you, Senator. Those cases are extremely important because the victims in those cases tend to be the most vulnerable in our society. Children, women who are either by force, fraud, or coercion forced into prostitution. And in doing those cases, they were extremely rewarding because you are definitely doing a service to those victims and ensuring that they're not future victims. And those cases definitely have benefited me personally, but also in terms of what I've learned just in the process of dealing with victims.
Thank you. And I'll submit some other questions on the record, but I know that you, Mr. Williams, also, Judge Williams, also worked on the Judicial Opioid Initiative, which I thank you for. Thank you.